Michael, what was your pushback when we were talking Ohtani real quick?
Well, just in that when the whole global thing, okay, so baseball is not that big globally. It's big in Japan, which is a massive country, all right? The Japan population.
Big in Asia, I would say. It's big in Korea, too.
Well, that's where I'm getting to, okay? So population of Japan, 124 million. South Korea, 51 million. Where it's not popular is Africa, which is 1.5 billion people, Europe, which is about 750,000, and then most of Asia, which would be China, India. So, like, in those places, it's Messi,
the
Ronaldo.
Latin American countries obviously love baseball.
Yeah, but those are for the most part small countries. I mean, Venezuela has a big population, sure, but that's all. Like, global soccer is the truly global game. I think there are more NBA fans globally, certainly, than baseball. That's all. So, like, where Shohei, yes, he gets a certain select part of Asia, but that's limited, and there are plenty of countries that have never seen a baseball game.
I would agree with you, Mike. I really would. I mean, I think Carl Ravitch's point that Ohtani is now the most famous athlete on the planet and comparing him to Muhammad Ali and Tiger Woods. It's fair, though, that like he is one of the most famous athletes in the world. He is certainly the most famous baseball. Let me rephrase it. The most famous Major League Baseball player in the world. Like, so Ohtani is much more famous in the world than Bryce Harper is. Ohtani is much more famous internationally than Mookie Betts is. Okay?
Yes.
But I will just say this, that when you think about who are the most famous athletes on the planet, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's soccer players like Ronaldo and Messi.
By far.
And then it's like F1 drivers like Max Verstappen and guys like that. And then you throw in LeBron and, oh, by the way, like a Roger Federer and John Rahm, golfers.
Let me put one point on it, though. Not that Instagram followers is the only thing, but LeBron's got 160 million Instagram followers. Okay, Max Verstappen has 14 million. Shohei has 9. Okay, so like it's not the only thing, but LeBron is much more famous globally than Shohei Ohtani.
I would agree, and here's why. Here's why. Because of what you were going down this road. Ohtani is famous in America. Ohtani is famous in Japan. George, you bring up the fact that baseball is a big deal in other Asian countries like Korea. But LeBron and basketball is gigantic in Europe, and baseball is not.
And China, and the Philippines, and Africa, and Europe. Yeah,
good
everywhere.
Point. Yeah. So I understand why Carl Ravitch says that, because Carl Ravitch is all in on baseball. But I think we've made some compelling arguments here today, Michael.
I agree, Cappy, you and I.
We're together on this one.
So we'd push back on Ravi.
We're going to push back on Ravi a little bit. That's right.
But we love Shohei.
And we like Ravi, too.
Of course. Yeah.
Got nothing but love in my heart for Ravi.
And I will forever. I am still feeling the pain, even though you guys made me feel a little better, of leaving the game early when Shohei hit the walk-off. And maybe that's part of why I'm pushing back, because the pain in my heart is still so real.
Hey, Mike, I want you to know something. I felt not 1 ounce of guilt. I promise you, not 1 ounce of guilt last night. There was about 30 seconds to go in the first half of this Laker game. The Lakers are down probably 12, 13 points at this stage of the game. I walked from the 7-10
They're down
suite.
10, and then Pods hit a banked-in half-court three, which we kind of forget. And that's, I'm like, oh, my goodness.
And it was a huge play in the game. And I went to the men's room. I could hear the radio broadcast on in the men's room. I heard Ireland say, "This thing has become a blowout," to which I responded out loud, "John, relax, will you? It's still the first half. Everybody's going to make a run." But I didn't have to say that because Michael Thompson said it for me. But at that point, I was like, you know what? It looks like Golden State is in control of this game. I'm getting out of here. Had a long drive. So that's what I did. No remorse, Michael. No remorse.
Well, okay. I guess the appropriate corollary would be if LeBron hit a game-winning three.
Yes.
Then would you have felt remorse? Like, you didn't feel they lost by double. If the Dodgers lost by 2, which is what it was when I left the game, I would have felt great. Okay? The pain came when I learned of the walk-off. And so that's my point. Had LeBron banked in a 3 from half court or whatever to win the game, then you maybe would have felt a little pain, no?
And it's been a big day of news for the Dodgers here as they open a 6-game road trip to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. The big news is off the field. Mookie Betts announced today to reporters that he will be joining the Dodgers for their visit to the White House on Monday, and President Donald Trump will honor the team's 2024 World Series championship. Betts' decision had been the biggest among Dodger players who were uncertain, or if it was unclear whether they would go. In 2019, after he won the World Series with the Boston Red Sox, Betts did not go to the White House during Trump's first term. He did go to the White House in 2021 with the Dodgers 2020 title team. He explained this year's decision as not being political, but rather trying to support his teammates, be there for his teammates in the same way that he said they were there for him during the playoffs last year when he got off to a slow start and needed support. He said it was because of his loyalty to the team, and he said that in some ways he regretted not going in 2019 with the Red Sox because he felt like it made the story about him and distracted from that team's accomplishments. Mookie Betts also noted that, either decision that he made, he knew would attract criticism. He's the only African American player on the Dodgers team this year and talked about the difficulty of so much pressure and attention being on his decision. But he said at the end of the day, he wanted to be there for his team. He said that he wouldn't have been able to look at himself in the mirror if he felt like he distracted from a trip that was celebrating what they all accomplished last season. And other Dodger news, Freddie Freeman is not on this road trip. He stayed back in Los Angeles this week after being put on the injured list Thursday. That decision came as a little bit of a surprise. The Dodgers had said that Freeman could be back for the start of this weekend series in Philadelphia on Friday after he slipped in the shower last Sunday and re-aggravated the sprained ankle that he had surgically repaired this offseason after playing through it in October. The reasoning for this one is pretty simple in the Dodgers' point of view. Yes, Freddie Freeman could probably be playing in games right now, but Dave Roberts said there was some potential downside injury risk if the team tried to push him at the moment. They didn't want him having to deal with cross-country flights and the kind of swelling that could have had on his ankle. And in the big picture, they look at this as a chance to give Freeman's ankle, which even before he fell in the shower was not back to 100% after his offseason surgery, a chance to just rest a little bit more, to progress a little bit more. They want Freddie Freeman at full strength for the large part of the season, and they don't want him risking kind of continuing to have his ankle either regress or just not improve by trying to play through it right now. So that's what the Dodgers have going on today. Mookie Betts going to the White House, Freddie Freeman staying home from this trip to give his ankle some rest as they try to keep their perfect start to the season going in these two series against the Phillies and the Nationals.
ドジャースがまたも熱狂の嵐を巻き起こした。主役はもちろん我らが誇る日本球界の至宝大谷翔平だ。今日行われたタイブレーブス戦において大谷は圧倒的な存在感で全米を震撼させるパフォーマンスを披露した。その活躍はまさに驚異的であり、あまりに常識外れの活躍ぶりに観客席は言葉を失い、ただただ歓声と拍手を送るしかなかった。二刀流の英雄が繰り広げた驚天動地の快進撃、その興奮の軌跡をたどろう。初回から観衆の期待は頂点に達していた。第1打席に立った大谷の目は早くも鋭い闘志で燃え盛っていた。相手投手はメジャーリーグ屈指の技巧派右腕ジェシー・チャベス、ベテラン投手が繰り出す緩急自在な変化球にこれまで多くの打者が翻弄されてきた。しかし大谷は初球からそれを冷静に見極め、相手の狙いを瞬時に読み切っていた。第2球目、チャベスは自信満々のフォークボールを低めに落とすも、大谷の目は一切動じない。3球目を待ち構えるように、わずかにバットを揺らすその姿には余裕すら漂っていた。ついに来た第3球目、甘く入った速球を逃すはずもなく、豪快に振り抜かれた大谷のバットが8球を捉えると、まるで弾丸のように飛び出した打球はあっという間に右翼スタンドへ一直線に突き刺さった。観客席は瞬間的な沈黙を経て、次の瞬間、爆発的な歓声に包まれた。これが本日1本目の本塁打だったが、伝説はまだ始まったばかりである。第3回裏、大谷は再び打席に入り、チャベスとの心理戦が再開した。前の打席で痛烈な一撃を浴びせられたチャベスは慎重に攻めるも、大谷の集中力は極限に達していた。1球目のストライクを見送った後、次の球で内角のスライダーを強引に弾き返し、驚くほど正確に左中間のギャップを割るツーベースヒットを放った。驚異的な脚力で悠々と二塁に滑り込むその姿に、観客は再び大歓声で沸き返った。だが、今日の大谷劇場はまだ終わらない。続く第5回、大谷が塁に出ると観客の目は次の軌跡に集中した。投手チャベスが牽制を繰り返し警戒心をあらわにするも、大谷は隙を逃さなかった。一瞬の緩みを見逃さず疾風のごとくスタートを切り、 完璧なスライディングで盗塁を成功させたのだ。今シーズン通算2個目の盗塁であり、走塁のセンスと瞬発力までもが完璧な二刀流スターとしての進化を改めて示した瞬間だった。だが、この日の真のクライマックスは最終盤の第8回裏に訪れた。打席に再び現れた大谷に対し、チャベスは動揺を隠しきれなかった。1球目から2球目までボールが先行し、制球が乱れ始めているのは明らかだった。その隙を突き、大谷は高級必ず打の姿勢で3球目を豪快に振り抜いた。再び炸裂した打球はまるで火を吹いたロケットのようにセンターのスタンド奥深くへと飛び込み、本日2本目のホームランを記録した瞬間だった。スタジアム全体が割れんばかりの大歓声に包まれ、大谷は悠然とダイヤモンドを周回しながら静かな笑みを浮かべていた。ベンチに戻った際にはチームメイトから熱烈な祝福を受け、大谷の表情には満足感が浮かんでいた。彼の並外れた才能、集中力、そしてその底知れない勝負強さに対し、監督のデーブ・ロバーツも驚きを隠せず、大谷はまさに神の領域に踏み込んでいると試合後の会見で絶賛した。また、メジャーリーグの往年の名選手たちも一斉に反応し、かつてニューヨーク、ヤンキースで大活躍したアレックス・ロドリゲス氏は、今や彼は人間の枠を完全に超えた。彼が達成する記録を楽しみに見届けたい、と興奮気味に語り、ケン・グリフィー・ジュニア氏も、大谷という存在は、我々の知る野球の常識を根底から覆してしまった、と述べるなど、その偉業を称える声が止まない。米国のみならず、日本のファンもこの歴史的瞬間に胸を熱くした。ネット上ではすぐさま大家への称賛があふれ、翔平の存在自体が奇跡だ。彼が日本人で本当に誇らしい。今日のプレーはまるで漫画の主人公だ。といった熱狂的な声が相次いだ。名実ともに球界最高峰のスター、大谷翔平がまたしてもその偉大な実力を世界中に証明した一日となった。大谷のこの並外れた活躍により、ドジャースはブレーブス戦を圧倒的な内容で勝利し、今季のリーグ優勝への道を着実に歩んでいる。大谷翔平。彼はもはや単なるスポーツ選手ではなく、日本が誇るべき世界最高の至宝であり続ける。この日またしても新たな伝説を刻んだ大谷は、どこまで我々を魅了し続けてくれるのか。世界はただ、この素晴らしい二刀流スターが織りなす奇跡を目撃し続けることしかできないのだ。